The coffin slams open before the chanting stops. Wind tears through the hall, and every candle dies at once. Someone inside exhales. A body sits upright without support. The mourners freeze, unsure whether to scream or pray harder. The air smells like wet soil. Across town, a blade slices through a live rooster in a forest clearing. The elderly man does not look surprised. 1 week earlier, a spike detonates against the court floor. The crowd roars as the captain raises her fist. Victory makes her untouchable. Teachers applaud. No one mentions the bruises on other players. At lunch, chicken bones scatter across another student's tray. Laughter follows. No one intervenes. A transfer student steps into the classroom without lowering her gaze. The room shifts around her. On the court, the captain demands money from a teammate. Instead, she receives a blocked spike that rattles her wrists. Silence spreads across the arena. For the first time, the captain looks small. That night, a message arrives, "Meet me alone." It isn't a request. Instead of reconciliation, the transfer student is driven to a shack behind the industrial district. The doors lock from outside. She fights her way out, blood on her sleeve and fury in her breath. This stops being rivalry. Rumors surface about the captain's year-long disappearance. No one dares ask her directly. The captain's boyfriend argues with her beside the lockers. His voice rises. Hers doesn't. A blade flashes. He collapses against metal doors, sliding down slowly. Expulsion follows within hours. Applause turns into silence. Days later, she is found hanging in a storage hall. The official statement uses one word: suicide. Four students attend the funeral out of obligation. None meet each other's eyes. The coffin opens. The chanting stops. Something shifts inside the wood. In the forest, the elderly man whispers, 3 nights. He presses a serpent-shaped charm into the mud. The first night begins with footsteps in an empty corridor. Doors open one by one without hands. A chair drags across the floor of an empty room. No one touches it. The wealthy student sees a figure hanging upside down above her bed. When she blinks, it's closer. Only she reacts. The others see nothing. That's when they understand the curse chooses individually. By morning, ritual ashes are found scattered across the sports field. The wind circles inward, not outward. The elderly man is identified by a groundskeeper. He lives near the forest, alone, never visited. They confront him before sunset. He smiles before they speak. He says the spirit does not serve him. It serves a request. Before they can press further, the wind surges and knocks them to the ground. The elderly man vanishes into trees. That night, the lean man waits in his car beneath the dormitory. The engine starts by itself. The car accelerates without touching the pedal. He slams the brake. It doesn't respond. Metal shrieks. The car crashes into a concrete pillar. He survives, but something laughs from the back seat. In the hospital, machines flicker near his bed. A shadow bends over him, unseen by nurses. The wealthy student receives a text from a dead number, second night. Water pours from every locker in the arena at once. The floor floods within seconds. At center court, a rope drops from the ceiling. It swings without wind. The petite woman runs, but the exit doors seal shut. The lights cut out. The rope tightens around nothing visible. A neck snaps in empty air. The wealthy student collapses, gasping. Bruises appear across her throat without touch. The lights return. The arena is dry. No rope. No water. Only bruises remain. They return to the forest with gasoline. If the ritualist dies, the spirit ends. The hut burns fast. The elderly man screams from inside. When the flames die, his body is gone. In the ashes lies a serpent-shaped charm. They crush the charm beneath a rock. It cracks, but does not break. Back at the hospital, the lean man's monitor flatlines. No one sees what stands at his bedside. Midnight passes. They believe it's over. Then the petite woman receives a call from his number. Static. Breathing. In the sports hall, lights flicker back on. A body hangs where none stood before. The wealthy student collapses at home. Her mother finds her unmoving by morning. 2 remain. The transfer student and the petite woman. The petite woman confesses something was never suicide. Her voice doesn't shake. Flashback, a fight near hanging equipment. A shove. A skull against steel. Panic followed. They staged a rope and rewrote the story. The elderly man wasn't hired to resurrect. He was hired to avenge. The request came from within the group. She says she missed being afraid. The captain made her feel alive. Now the spirit wants a body again. A stronger one. The petite woman activates the charm. It splits, releasing crawling shapes. The transfer student draws a concealed blade from her sleeve. Above them, the hanging body begins to sway again. The third night has started. The rope jerks violently, snapping tight in midair. No one is touching it. Every heartbeat stretches into panic. The captain steps backward. Her heel scrapes wood. Steel waits behind her, patient and silent. The pale woman lunges instinctively to pull her back. Reflex, not reason. Time slows in that motion. The shove is small. The consequence is immense. Skull strikes steel. Blood spreads across polished lines. The rope swings empty, harmless now. Gravity did the work, not spirits. Shock fills the hall. No one screams. Every breath feels too loud. The wealthy student whispers, "We don't call anyone." Fear overrides morality. Fear changes form. It becomes calculation. Every glance a potential witness. They lift the captain's body together. The rope stops being a weapon. It becomes their story. Hands that spiked volleyballs now stage a lie. Every gesture rehearsed by terror. Fingerprints vanish from metal and rope. No one needs instructions. They just know. The lean man deletes call logs. The glow of the screen reflects in eyes distancing from guilt. Security footage is manipulated. 11 minutes vanish. Certainty disappears faster. They rehearse grief in whispers. Tears forced. Stories memorized. Police tape seals the hall. The lie begins to breathe. By morning, the campus murmurs one word, suicide. The ritualist is gone. No footprints. No ashes remain. Only rumors persist. The petite woman replays the shove in her mind. Over. And over. Relentlessly. It wasn't the rope, she whispers. It was us. The pale woman stares into a mirror. The choice is made. Irreversible. Detectives arrive, calm and calculating. Their questions slice into the fragile story. The lean man sweats under interrogation. Answers stumble before lies. The wealthy student's timeline fractures under pressure. One slip could destroy them all. The petite woman recites rehearsed grief. Her voice wavers, betraying her. She admits touching the captain. Her words tremble. The deed cannot be undone. Digital evidence resurfaces unexpectedly. Deleted footage partially returns. The shove appears on screen. Everyone sees it, undeniable. The pale woman watches herself push. The image mirrors her guilt, sharper than any rope. The forest clearing is re-examined. No magic. Only dirt and burned symbols. Pressure fractures alliances. Accusations fly quietly. Trust collapses. Lawyers arrive. Silence fills every corner. The lean man almost confesses. Fear still holds his lips shut. Contradictions stack like falling tiles. Each person doubts the others. Sleep vanishes. Shadows in the dorms feel like witnesses. A written statement appears outside a dorm. It contradicts the suicide story perfectly. Detectives note every inconsistency. Every pause is measured. Every glance logged. The wealthy student flees to a bathroom, locking the door. Reality presses too close. The pale woman realizes the truth: no curse. No rope. Just them. Fear gnaws at the plan. Every lie carries the weight of death. The pale woman whispers into the empty hall, "It wasn't a curse. It was fear. And it was us."